Welcome back to STOIC Daily X, where we explore ancient wisdom for modern resilience, and today we're diving into what might be the most powerful concept in all of Stoic philosophy, the dichotomy of control. This principle changed my life when I first encountered it, and I believe it can change yours too. So let's begin. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of Stoicism's greatest teachers, opens his enchiridion with these words: "Some things are within our control, and some things are not within our control." Yet this distinction is revolutionary when fully grasped. What's in our control? Essentially our own mind, our judgments, our intentions, our desires, our aversions, and our actions. What's not in our control? Practically everything else. Other people's opinions, wealth, fame, our reputation, our health circumstances, and external events including global pandemics, economic downturns, or even the weather today. When we confuse these categories, when we desperately try to control what cannot be controlled or neglect what is fully within our power, we create our own suffering. Think about the last time you were truly upset. Perhaps someone criticized you at work, or traffic made you late for an important meeting, or someone you care about didn't respond to your message. In each case, you were likely frustrated because you were fixating on elements outside your control. Before I share how to apply this principle to transform your daily experience, I want to invite you to join our growing community of resilient thinkers. STOIC Daily X delivers practical wisdom that you can immediately apply to your life, wisdom that cuts through anxiety and builds unshakable inner strength. Hit the subscribe button now, and you'll receive a daily dose of Stoic insights that will gradually transform your mindset. Just as the Stoics taught that consistent practice leads to lasting change, each video builds upon the last to help you develop true mental fortitude. Subscribe now and begin your journey toward tranquility and strength. Now, let's continue with practical application. How do we implement the dichotomy of control? First, we must train ourselves to recognize the distinction. When faced with any situation that provokes anxiety or frustration, pause and ask yourself, what aspects of this situation are within my control? For example, if you're preparing for a job interview, within your control, how well you prepare, the research you do on the company, your attitude, how you present yourself, the questions you ask. Outside your control, whether they ultimately hire you, what questions they'll ask, how many other candidates applied, whether the interviewer is having a bad day. By focusing exclusively on what's in your control, you eliminate needless worry while maximizing your effectiveness. This doesn't mean being passive about outcomes. It means being strategic about where you direct your energy. The Stoics used a powerful visualization to cement this understanding. They imagined a circle. Everything inside represents what you control. Everything outside represents what you don't. Your task is to shrink that circle until it contains only what truly belongs there, your judgments and actions. Now let's address a common misconception. The dichotomy of control isn't about surrendering to fate or becoming passive. It's about becoming intensely active in the right areas. When we stop wasting energy on the uncontrollable, we discover an enormous reserve of power to direct toward what we can influence. This creates a positive feedback loop. As we focus on what we can control, our sphere of influence often naturally expands. Here's a 3-step practice you can implement today. 1. Throughout your day, when you feel frustration rising, pause and ask, is this within my control? If not, practice saying, this is not up to me. 2. Redirect your attention to the aspects you can control, particularly your interpretation of events. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. 3. At the end of each day, reflect on situations where you confused what was in your control with what wasn't. Don't judge yourself, simply notice the pattern. The dichotomy of control is just one of the many life-changing Stoic principles we explore on STOIC Daily X. If you're finding value in these teachings and want to build resilience that withstands life's challenges, now is the perfect moment to subscribe to our channel. Let's address the challenging part, acceptance. When we recognize something is outside our control, Stoicism teaches us to accept it calmly, not with resignation but with understanding. This doesn't mean we approve of injustice or hardship. It means we acknowledge reality as it is before deciding how to respond. We don't waste energy wishing things were different. We start from what is. Think of acceptance as the foundation for effective action. By accepting what we cannot change, we free ourselves to change what we can. Modern psychology confirms what the Stoics knew centuries ago. Studies on locus of control show that people who focus on what they can influence rather than external circumstances report higher levels of happiness and lower stress levels. So how might this look in daily life? When facing criticism, focus not on controlling others' opinions but on whether there's merit to their feedback. When dealing with loss, accept what cannot be changed while focusing on how you respond. When pursuing goals, direct energy toward your actions rather than obsessing over outcomes. Conclusion. As we conclude today's exploration, remember that the dichotomy of control isn't mastered in a day. It's a practice, one that gets stronger with consistent application. Tonight, try this exercise. List 3 situations causing you stress. For each one, draw a line down the middle of a page. On one side, write what's in your control. On the other, what isn't. Then commit to focusing exclusively on your side of the line. Tomorrow, notice how this shift in attention changes your experience. The ancient Stoics gave us this timeless wisdom, but it's up to us to apply it. As Epictetus said, make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Before you go, if you haven't already subscribed to STOIC Daily X, now is the moment to join us. Each day, we explore another practical Stoic principle just like this one, principles that have guided humankind through challenges for over 2,000 years. By subscribing, you're not just watching videos, you're building a philosophical foundation for unshakable mental strength. Our community is growing stronger every day, supporting each other in applying these timeless teachings to modern challenges. Click subscribe now, and tomorrow we'll explore another powerful Stoic concept to help you face life's challenges with wisdom and courage. Until then, remember, focus on what you can control and watch how your life transforms. Thank you for joining STOIC Daily X. I'll see you tomorrow.